Hello everyone, today we will focus on our Advanced Autobet. I will go through each Autobet condition and teach you how each condition works. Let's go! Below the video there is a time frame for each specific condition to make it easier for you. I will start with the bet condition type. First of all, keep in mind that on is when you want your action to happen. Do is the action you want to trigger. By selecting on every, and I will type 2 wins for example, that means that every 2 wins the action will happen. I will choose an easy to understand action such as switch over under, which is an action that we explain on a minute 525 if you don't know what it does. And we will start the Autobet so you can see how it works out. As you can see, on every 2 wins our game is changing between over and under. Losing bets in between don't affect the action because we are including the wins in general by choosing on every. So any 2 wins count. Let's go with the next one. By selecting on every streak of 2 wins for example, you're choosing that your action will happen when there are 2 wins in a row. If you have a losing bet in between, it won't count. You need 2 consecutive wins for your action to trigger. Let me show you. As you can see, our action is only triggering when there are 2 consecutive wins. When I have a win, lose, win, nothing happens. But when I have a win and a win, it does. If I have 4 consecutive wins, that means that my action will happen twice because we picked the streak of 2 wins. And that's it. Let's go to the next one. When you select on first streak of 2 wins for example, you're making your action to only happen when there are 2 consecutive wins. Additional consecutive wins are not counted because you are selecting that only the first streak counts. Let me show you. As you can see, only these first 2 wins counted, which is the first streak of 2 wins we selected. Any consecutive wins after this one will not be counted. If we have 1 or more losing bets in between and then another winning streak, it will count again. Next one. By choosing on streak greater than 3 wins for example, you're saying that the action will trigger when there is a consecutive amount of wins bigger than 3. Let's say you have 4 wins. The action will happen on the 4th one. Let me show you. I'll pick the stop action to make it easier to understand. As you can see, my bet has stopped when there was a 4th consecutive win. Moving on. When you choose on streak lower than 3 losses for example, you're choosing that the action will happen every time there is a loss, but doesn't happen when there are more than 2 losses in a row. For example, I will choose increase amount by 10% and on every loss my bet amount will increase by 10%. If by any chance I get 3 losses in a row, my bet won't increase on a 3rd one. Take a look. As you can see, my bet stopped increasing on a 3rd consecutive loss. Now, let's move on with the actions. You have 20 actions to choose from to apply into your Autobet strategies. Let's start with the first one. When you choose stop, your Autobet will stop when it matches the event you set. For example, if you set your bet to stop on the first streak of 3 losses, when there is a streak of 3 losses in a row, the Autobet stops completely. Just watch. When you select increase amount or decrease amount, you type a percentage of how much you want to see your balance change. For example, if I select increase amount by 100% when there is a loss, your bet amount will double on every loss. As you can see, our amount is doubling on every loss. By selecting decrease amount by, let's say, 50% on every streak of 5 losses, your amount will be half when there are 5 losses in a row. When you set reset amount, there has to be a previous condition that makes your balance increase or decrease. For example, let's say I have a condition that already makes my balance increase by 100% on every loss. Now, if I choose reset amount on every one win, my bet amount will double on every loss, but goes back to normal after every win, which is basically how the martingale strategy works. As you can see, after each loss, the bet amount increases by 100%, but after each win, it goes back to the original amount. When you select switch over or under, you are basically changing the slider on the dice game after a certain event. For example, on every streak of 3 losses, I want my slider to change from over to under and from under to over. Let's roll so I can show you. You can see that on every 3 losses in a row, the over-under option is changing. Moving on. When you select Add to Amount, you are basically saying to the Autobet to add an additional bet amount after a certain event. For example, I'm betting with 0.5 dodge, and if I have 10 losses, I want my bet amount to increase by 5 dodge. I start the Autobet, and on every 10 losses my amount will increase by 5 dodge. Take a look. There you go. The option Subtract from Amount removes an exact value from your bet amount on a certain event. Let's say you want to remove 1 dodge from your bet amount after 10 wins. Simply type the exact amount and start the Autobet. You can see that after 10 wins, your bet amount goes from 10 dodge to 9 dodge. And this is it. On every 10 wins, our amount will be reduced by 1 dodge. Next one. The option Set Amount instantly changes whatever bet amount being used to a specific amount. Let's say you're betting 1 dodge, and after 5 losses you want your bet amount to be exactly 1.3 dodge. Simply type 1.3 and start the Autobet. After 5 losses, the bet amount, which was originally 1 dodge, is now 1.3. The win chance and payout are another 2 segments you can change during the Autobet. Keep in mind that these 2 segments are directly connected to your number pick. The less likely the outcome, higher your payout and lower your win chance will be. If you have your bet to roll under 98, for example, your payout will be minimum and your win chance will be high. But if you have roll over 98, your payout will be high and your win chance will be low because of the low probability of the outcome. During the Autobet, if you have a condition that changes your payout or win chance, you will only see the number change since they are all connected, just as we are about to show you. You can also make changes to your win chance during the Autobet. For example, with the option Increase Win Chance by, let's say 5% after 10 bets, your original win percentage, which is 50% in this case, will raise to 52.5% and continuously raise 5% every 10 bets. Take a look. You can also decrease the win chance at any given point of your bet. Let's say that after 20 bets you want your win chance to decrease by 25%. Just type 25% and let it roll. Your win chance will now be decreasing by 25% on every 20 bets. You can also reset the win chance to whatever was your original bet. In this case, I have a condition that decreases my win chance every 20 bets, and I will add a condition that resets my win chance back to the original number every 30 bets. It is possible to manually add an additional percentage number into the win chance during the Autobet session. For example, if you originally have 50% and you wanted to increase it by 5% on every 10 bets, simply click Add to Win Chance and type 5% and the amount of bets needed for the change. Take a look. As you can see, our win chance changed after 10 bets. This also works the other way around. By choosing Subtract from Win Chance, you're able to remove a percentage of your win chance at any given point. For example, I will reduce the win chance by 5% on every streak of 3 wins. And there you go, on every 3 consecutive wins, my win chance is being reduced by 5%. You can also set a specific win chance during the Autobet. In this case, for example, we have 50% win chance and we want it to be 70% after a streak of 3 losses. I choose Set Win Chance and type 70 and choose when I want it to happen, which in this case is on a streak of 3 losses. I click Autobet and I can see that when I get 3 losses in a row, my win chance increased to 70%. Similar to win chance, you can also change your payout in several ways during an Autobet session. For example, if you have a payout of 2x, you can select Increase Payout by and type 100%, every 5 losses for example. And this will make your payout double on every 5 losses. Watch this. As you can see, on every 5 losses our payout is now doubling. This also works the other way around. Let's say you have a payout of 15x and you want to decrease it by half every 1 win for example. Simply select Decrease Payout by and type 50%. Now, every 1 win, the payout is decreasing by half. In case you have a condition that makes your payout increase or decrease, you can also add another one that makes it reset to its original value by choosing Reset Payout. In this case, I have a condition that makes my payout increase by 100% after a streak of 10 losses. Now, I will make it reset to the original value after every 1 win by choosing Reset Payout on every 1 win. Watch this. As you can see, our payout is doubling on every 10 losses and going back to its original value on every win. You can add an additional payout amount at any given point. In this example, we have a payout of 2x and we want to increase it by 0.1x on every loss. I will choose Add to Payout and type 0.1x on every loss. Now, on every loss, a value of 0.1x will be added into our payout. And, of course, you can also subtract an amount from the payout. In this example, I will remove 0.1x from the payout on every loss. So, I select Subtract from Payout and type 0.1 and let it roll. There you go, after every loss, 0.1x is being removed from the payout. Finally, you can also change your payout to a custom value at any given point. Simply click Set Payout and type your desired value. In this example, I will choose to change to a payout of 15x on a streak of 2 wins. And there you go! After going through bets mode on Autobet, I will now quickly explain how the profit mode works. When you select On Profit, you're setting your desired action to happen when your profit goal is met. For example, if I choose On Profit greater than or equal to, let's say 1 dodge for example, I'm setting my action to happen when I get 1 dodge of profit or more. In this case, I want my Autobet to stop. If I selected greater than, my profit would have to be higher than 1 dodge. This also works the other way. Let's say I want my bet to double when my profit is lower than 1 dodge. I simply choose On Profit Lower and type 1 dodge, and then increase bet amount by 100%. Anytime a bet goes through where my profit is less than 1 dodge, it will double. If I chose On Profit Lower or equal to 1 dodge, my bet would double even if I had 1 dodge of profit. it had to be higher than 1 dodge for my bet to stop increasing. You can also use the loss factor to trigger an action. In this example, I want my bet to stop when I have a loss bigger than 10 dodge. I choose on loss greater than and type 10. I select the action to stop, and now my bet will stop once I have a loss bigger than 10 dodge. If I chose on loss greater or equal to 10 dodge, an exact value of 10 dodge loss would also stop my bet. By choosing on loss lower than 2 dodge, for example, my action will happen on every bet where my loss is lower than 2. For instance, I want my bet to double, but once I have a loss of 2 dodge, it will stop doubling. I select increase amount by 100%, and now my bet will double while there is a loss lower than 2. If I chose on loss lower or equal to 2, a loss of 2 dodge will still make my bet double, but any further amount wouldn't do it. By choosing on loss before, your action will trigger before reaching the max loss you set. If I type 2, for example, and choose stop, my auto bet will stop before reaching a loss of 2 dodge. Finally, you can also bet based on your balance. In this example, I have 2000 dodge in my balance and I want my auto bet to stop once I have exactly 2010 dodge or more. I choose on balance greater than or equal and type 2010, and I add the stop action. If I chose greater than 2010, my balance would have to be bigger than 2010 for it to stop. That exact amount wouldn't do it. The same works the other way. For example, if my balance is below 2000 during the auto bet, I want my bet to double. I choose on balance lower than and I type 2000 and select increase amount by 100%. If I chose on balance lower or equal, my bet would still double if I had 2000 dodge in balance. But if I had 2001, for example, it would stop doubling. So yeah, that was it. All these examples were to show you what each condition does. Using them is really up to you, but now, knowing how they work, try to make some cool and profitable combinations. Have fun and happy playing!